Hey everybody, it's FMPONE here today to look at Canopy by Xe, Enel, Charmigan, and Daravan. So I'm a little nervous about this one. I actually am quite nervous about this one, and here's why. I don't want to I don't want to blow this one. So there was some screenshots that came out of this map, relatively early on in development, and it had I took one look at it and I said, "Oh, well, there's your contest winner." But then, as time has gone on, there have been updates to the atmosphere and the environment of this map. And I've run around it a few times, and my initial impressions were not favorable of these changes. I felt that they moved the map in kind of a depressing, gloomy direction. But what I'm going to try to do right now is evaluate those feelings, kind of put aside everything that's come before and try to look at this map with fresh eyes. And even if I still feel that way, I want to talk about the parts of it that are great. So let's just walk around and actually see, how we feel about this one. We'll do it together. We'll do it together on video. So, take a look at the asset quality here. Let me get a scout so you can really see it. I really, really dig the normal map and the shape variety. This is something that's been sculpted from a high poly baked down, and you can tell. And it's got, triplanar. Uh, you know, the details of this model have been applied using a technique in Substance Painter called triplanar, which it's just going to apply the entire texture in a three-dimensional way so that it's kind of seamless, right? That's the idea, to get it seamless. And so when I look at an asset like this, I see a lot of craftsmanship. And you can see a lot of craftsmanship, everywhere where you stop and pause and look on this map. You can really see it. There's just a very high level of craftsmanship. And I want to kind of also give you the big picture here of what we're looking at so that it's not just so focused on the minute details. But, I mean, take a look at this wall, for example. It's really nice stuff. I like all the textures. Big fan. I mean, this to me almost seems like a floor texture that's being used on a wall, but it's such a pretty texture. I'm kind of willing to go along with it. Really like the roofs. This is maybe a little funky, but hey, that's a nitpick. I'll be the first to admit that I occasionally nitpick. Really nice. Look at the floor here. I mean, I haven't really left T-spawn at this point. I'm still just appreciating all the little details. This might be a long and slow video, but I'm going to come to a conclusion here about what I really think and how I really feel about this one. Just tremendous asset quality. Love the little drops on this. See, wow. So I think with the way the rain works, they're actually defining in this material that there are raindrops on it. I mean, crazy levels of polish. Crazy stuff. Take a look at that. Look at this beautiful moss on the rocks. It's three-dimensional moss. I mean, folks, is that three-dimensional? No. Okay, I thought they had an alpha laid over this rock. I was about to have a heart attack. Still, I mean, I couldn't tell from this distance, so what difference does it make? Really awesome texturing on that. Alright, so first thing I'm noticing that I'm actually just going to outright criticize is that this is a sign to go to the B-bomb site. And look how subtle. It's like blue, dark blue. And yet we've got a bush over here, a flower over here that's bright red. There's some misallocation of color going on. in that respect. But oh boy, I don't know. It's just such a pretty map, but see, I'm drawn to this warm color in here. Very pretty lighting going on. I think these lights might be somewhat small for the amount of light that's being cast, but whatever. Well, that's an interesting. Is that to like eliminate spawn campers? How big of a problem would that really be? I don't know. Interesting choice there. Seeing some grass clipping through the... It's not a big deal, but, you know, why not fix that? Same thing over there. What the hell am I looking at? What a lovely looking angle. I know we're not really talking about gameplay. These exploration videos are mostly focused on the art, but I'm stunned by this angle. Wow. Really like that. Ugh. It's a thing of beauty. Look at how fucking clean this angle is. Delicious. I mean, that almost looks like a photo. Jesus. Look at that glare. Oh my god. Ah, it's like speechless right now. This is a real nice looking map. Did they make this room brighter? They fucked with the environment art since the last time I looked at this. Ah, this looks way better. That was dark as shit the last time I looked at this. Ah, much better. I'm gonna critique the idea of this bomb site a little bit. I genuinely don't know what the hell I'm looking at. But I like the way it looks. Alright, our roof just collapsed. Kind of wondering what's caused this catastrophic roof damage. A little unclear. Okay, so I really have barely progressed through this map. There's just a lot to see and appreciate. I need to know how they made these rocks. This is some nice looking rocks. Very nice. loving all the assets. Okay. Alright, let's just try to figure out. Okay, this is mid. I just really like all the angles. I'm not supposed to be talking about the gameplay, but oh, I'm excited to play this one. Look at these wonderful angles. Wow. Oh boy, these are some nice angles. Doesn't that just feel, look at, like, let's just go back to spawn. Alright. Just check out the vibe. Check out the vibe. I've got some, you know, we've got some nice elevation changes here, but it's nothing excessive. Nothing crazy. Just some nice elevation variety here. A little staircase, little 32 unit staircase. Ah, here's another one. Ah, those are some nice feeling angles. So let me think, like, okay, Ancient, I can picture Ancient's mid. Cache, I can picture Cache as mid. Dust 2, I can picture Dust 2's mid. And, you know, Inferno, I can picture. Does this have, like, a memorable mid shape? Like, it's just, I'm not even talking about the gameplay, I'm just saying, does the shape of this, is it iconic? I don't know. Might be too kind of. Not sure it gets there. Be honest with you. Do I wish this skybox was a little bit more interesting? I mean, what am I looking at here? Just a black blob? Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Useless. More useless signage. I mean, this is just not popping with any kind of color. Not a huge fan of the way that looks. There's a ton of this, like, I mean, these things are everywhere. Look at this. I feel like I'm trapped. Okay, we need to, like, not use this so much. It's, like, very crutchy. Like, what the fuck is this room? What are these rooms? Like, we're just bailing on. We're just bailing. I mean, we're not even attempting to. You know, I can forgive a few of these, but it's overdone. Once again, I love all the angles. That's just clean. This is a little bit of a rough. Look at all this contrast, these deep, deep, deep dark normals, and then it's like right on the corner where you're looking at. That's not going to be much fun. I noticed before that I would hit my head right here. Oh, looks like they may have fixed that. Seems better now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they've been updating this map a lot. A lot. A lot. And I think sometimes that's a rocky road, but sometimes it leads you in a really good direction as well. This is definitely brighter and has more color than the last few times I've checked up on it. Just absolutely love the simplicity of this. I mean, it's hard not to talk about the gameplay when you got such nice, clean, simple angles. But this texture is unsightly. What is this? Why is the wood? It looks like the wood is enormous. Like this grain is gigantic. This is an enormous wood grain. That just does not seem plausible to me. I think this is a valve asset, but this is one I would replace because it doesn't have PBR. It doesn't have any normal roughness information on it, I don't think. Or if it has a normal, it's like a super low res normal. Definitely doesn't have any roughness. So it doesn't have any kind of nice reflections or anything like that. This window looks super fake. Yeah. Guys, it's okay to cut into the building and do an actual window. Same thing here. Minor, but you know, it's pretty obviously a fake window, so you don't want that. Beautiful ground texture, but I'm noticing that there's no, like if we go back to T-spawn, this really adds a lot. You know, this very, very simple extrusion technique. I think this could really benefit from that. They're spamming these rocks, but I don't know, maybe I didn't notice it over here because they're doing it, and then maybe over here they're not doing it. I'd say that's like a good half measure, but or maybe you do that and then you also have something that's emerging truly from the texture would be nice. Just to add kind of a, you know, like on Unreal Engine they have unlimited polygons, so they'll just throw polygons. They'll just do all this will just actually be polygons. So you got to keep in mind like that's the level of fidelity that players are used to now, and then you're giving them just a flat texture. It's just not going to cut it. This is really pretty. I'm just not convinced by the lighting. I think it's the shadows are just super blurry. These aren't casting any shadows. It's just, I wonder if I'm even casting shadows here. I'm not casting, well, I'm casting very blurry shadows. Again with these fucking things. Delete every single one of these things, please. I'm begging you. They're so bland. They're everywhere, dude. They're everywhere. They're just everywhere. This is a gorgeous map. It's just like the small things. What a nice asset this is. What's this random large overlay? That's kind of distracting. I don't really like this, anything about this. I'm very confused. So we got some bricks here and some rocks, then some plaster, and then we're occasionally throwing these gigantic overlays on top. Then we've got this weird, okay, so this is going into here, which is, How's the rock involved? Struggling with trying to understand what my brain is being shown here. Oh, that's pretty. I like how it goes underneath like that. Don't really like the way this area looks. Doesn't really, it's not very cohesive at all. This does look like it would be a lot of fun to play around. Just seems like it's really tight right here. This makes me kind of claustrophobic. I wish it just like went like that. I feel like I would actually really enjoy that. But I kind of hate this. Making me feel extremely uncomfortable. Don't like the way that feels at all. This angle doesn't feel quite as good from up here as it did from down there. I think it's because this is super dark, feels like. But up there is like nice and bright. But down here is super dark. It's kind of hard to tell, but I just don't think there's a lot of contrast right there. I would hate fighting somebody where like their body's here and their head is like kind of right here, and then I've got this rock. That would drive me nuts, dude. It's here too. This would piss me off so much if I died because of that. Like, that's the kind of thing that would make me not want to play the map. But look how nice that is on the T side. It's like, oh yeah, try to peek me. Like, how good are the collisions here too? I want to test this. Let's see, let's see. If you're gonna do this, which I really don't recommend, we should see whether the collisions are just totally spot on. Yeah, they seem very forgiving on the collisions, so that's good. Wait a minute, does this even have? The collision box is like back here. What are we doing with this thing? Makes no fucking sense. This carpet's super old, and yeah, major criticism I have of this map so far is none of the rooms make any sense whatsoever. None of the interiors make literally an ounce of sense. I mean, we've got sofas with tarps on them. We've got whatever the hell this is, which is a planter inside. Wood here. All these things, whatever these things are supposed to be. A staircase that is not really clearing this door. Let me see. Okay, let me think about this. You open this door. How would this door open? Okay, it opens, the handle's here. It would open this way. And then what, you're just gonna fall to your death over this? This room just does not feel very believable. Like, all the exteriors, I don't question. I just kind of go with them implicitly, but some of these interiors really kind of beggar belief, I think. They just... like, something like this is so nice. But why are we using such a dark wood? Like, here we are covering up something that would have nice visibility with this kind of dark wood. Like, let's get rid of this arch. Let's get rid of this board. Have this go all the way across. Simple. Easy. Works. I mean, what's going on with the clipping here? Like, can't get up there. I strongly dislike the rooms in this map. I don't have a lot of nice things to say about them. This frog thing is very cool. Look how cool that is. That texture is very pretty. I get the sense this map would play quite well overall because the angles are simple. It feels like everything connects. I'm not as worried about it being depressing. I don't know. I guess they've changed the lighting recently or something. It's not really depressing at all. It actually feels pretty good to be in this environment. I guess my largest criticism is just the interiors, but you know, not sure that's the end of the world. We've got something here that looks... This looks identical to this. I don't know. I guess, you know, the gameplay must have just been a huge focus for these guys because I feel like some of the art is like, I don't know, it's just like a mixture of effort. How can we have, wait a minute. Okay. This is definitely close to being like S tier stuff, but it's just, you know, it's not quite there yet. You know, there was a deadline. You're trying to create all of this, trying to make it unique, make it stand out from stuff that's already in the game. And, you know, this is where you end up. In a very good place. You end up in a very good place. But there's still definite room for improvement. It would be very easy to take what's here, 5, 6 updates, have something that's just crazy good. So, I guess that's the conclusion that I'm going to end up on. Obvious potential. Very obvious. Relatively strong as it is. Some little things, but unlike a lot of maps, sometimes I'll make a criticism and people will say like, "Oh, those are little things," and it's like, yes and no. But on this one, they really are little things. They actually are little things. There's, you know, huge potential here, like absolute astronomical potential. So. I guess I'm feeling a lot better about this one than I was when I clicked the button to load in. So things are looking up. I want to say things are looking up and then look at that beautiful part again. Hey, things are looking up. Canopy. Things are looking up.